Hello and welcome into the Sorare Data Show. I am Andrew Laird. You can find me as Lairdinho on Sorare. Chat today about just what I'm loving about Sorare right now. Had the realization as I was making lineups today while watching the Deadline show with Quinny and Harry that it feels like we're in a good place. And I wanted to talk about it. And I realized that a lot of content out there, not just Sorare content, just kind of everything out there, gets more clicks when you're kind of negative about it. So I'm guessing like if I had titled this, like, this is what I hate about Sorare right now, more people would watch, but I'm not making videos like that because I'm having a good time. And hopefully everyone else is too. Speaking of everyone else, thanks for coming in. Stefan, Malky, and Major NFT on the podium. Congratulations to you three. Kai, right after, said, hi, I'm on workation right now in Rome and watched Roma against Bilbao at the Olympico yesterday evening. Highly recommend, and not only because Angelino scored, who I captained. Man, that's awesome. Love to see that. Love to see that. Sorare Soul, what's up? Looking forward to a nice positive show. All right, at least someone is. Someone is. Hoodwink, love it when you check in. Holty, what's up? It's 5 p.m. Friday. Does Mike Basson have his pants on or not? Mike is here. No update on the pants yet, as far as I can see. Sean Kennedy, what's up? J Vic, Anyon, Skosmo, Kampersk. Oh, they're coming off now. Let's go. Let's go. Gareth Hughes, happy Friday to you. Major NFT question. New player is in Sorare about a week. How long before Sorare data adds him so I can set alerts? They should be there. Khan, what's up? ZM Star. Appreciate you coming in. Major NFT, who's the player? Because we shouldn't, like, as long as there are cards, they should be on Sorare data so that you can set alerts. Simple as that. But yeah, the reason or the topic I was like touching on today, or the thing that got me to want to talk about this today, was as I was doing lineups. And like I said, I was watching the Deadline show with Quinny and Harry. And I'm in a number of like different Discord, like small DM groups and like bigger ones, like the Scandinavia one, and seeing the number of people who were talking about just the different strategies of what they were going to do. And the big one that was popular in a number of conversations for this game week was like, oh, do I play MLS in season or specialist? And I think yesterday's announcement that the hot streak is now much better, meaning we don't have to score as many points and we win more money, is like what this game is all about. And it's fun because I do feel like there are periods where it gets a little, it's not boring, but it's also not exciting. And you're just kind of in this mode of like, all right, it's time to do my lineups. And I've talked about this a couple of times where it's like when we have these big changes, and then once everyone gets adjusted to the changes and they kind of get into their routine, you're just kind of looking for something else. And not that we're always looking for Sorare to like change the game, but that is kind of like why the specials are so important, because it kind of gives us something else to look at. And this week we had Cap 250 along with All-Star. And I saw the number of people who were like, oh, there's however many thousands of people entered in Cap 250 versus All-Star, and the prizes kind of look similar. And those conversations are ones I really like being a part of, or at least watching people kind of work through it, because that's just another one of the elements of this game that keep us so engaged and so interested, that it's not just like, oh, let me just go buy the best cards and play them and win because nobody else is playing them. And so it's just stuff like that. And it's exciting. It's exciting. Major MT said Alexander Gubaglo, but he should, yeah, if he doesn't have cards, then, well, actually, has he ever played in in like a Sorare counted game? Like, who is he? I've never heard of this guy. Alexander Guboglo from Montreal. Yeah, if he hasn't made a game yet, then it's not going to happen. Cam Persk, are you into Sorare NBA Laird? I have a lot of Sorare NBA cards, but admittedly, I've mostly taken this season off. For no reason other than time. My biggest problem with Sorare NBA, and this isn't like a problem for a lot of people, but like it just happens to be for me, that I feel like the two deadlines are tough for me, just like in real life time. For me, it's like between like the 2 hours before the deadline are like 5 to 7 p.m. on Fridays and Mondays, Tuesday. I don't even remember. And it's like when my family and I sit down for dinner and like taking time off to like taking that hour or two to like figure out all the injury news. It's just it just didn't work for me. I play most of the daily game more, but admittedly, I haven't really gotten into it this year. But every time I play, I get really excited about it, and so I think I'll probably jump in next season. Like I'll jump back in. I have a ton of classic cards. I didn't play like the in-season stuff this year, but I think I will do that. Sourcehole, is that can you're drinking a subtle geopolitical message? What am I drinking? Oh, Canada Dry. No, it's not. But I like wolfed down my lunch before this and needed something to, something. So there's my lemon lime seltzer from Canada Dry. If Canada Dry is looking to sponsor Sorare streams, I'm happy to drink one of these on every show. ZM Star said, I swapped to division versus specialist with 3 minutes to the deadline after looking at the entrance in rare. Mike said, the biggest convo should be is Messi dust as a primary card now. We'll get into Messi. Ricomon saying hi before I listen on the drive home. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Major MT said, I'm enjoying the game too now. It was painful. Okay, so this kid did play. All right, do we just like not have him? Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got here. Okay. So he did play in their last game. Shout out to Caden Clark that I'm using here. And we just like don't have him listed anywhere. But he's on Sorare. G-U-B-O Glow. There he is. Do they have like stats of him? Oh, they do. Okay. I have no idea how to do this. I was going to fix it, and I actually have no idea. But yeah, we'll get him at it. No problem. No, well, I wouldn't say no problem, but yeah. Holty said, shout out to the Sorare in the States, guys. Nearly at 1,000 subs. If you're playing MLS, go subscribe. Are they really not? That's outrageous, guys. They should absolutely be well over 1,000 by now. Let me see. What are we up to? Sorare in the States. Totally agree. 972. Please go subscribe. I'll drop the link in the live chat here because they definitely deserve it. There you go. Where are we here? Sorry, just catching up. Oh, look at this. ZM Star giveaway at 1,000 on Sorare of the States. Get in there. Ryan Wilkinson, being at the NBA deadline is pretty important as well. Right. And like, it's just not a great time for me. Would you play your best lineup in MLS Specialist or MLS D1? That's from Revis Bahada. That's a new name to me. I'll get into that. Mike Bass said, no, this Canada Dry is not ginger ale. We're calling it America Dry now. We have updated Google and all maps to reflect our beverage habits. Sorry. Anyway, so yeah, specialist and Division I in season. So last week, or no, not even last week, earlier this week, I was making my lineups for the weekend. I think I was doing it on Monday, and I just did all my in-season lineups, which included a classic Messi, a classic Albert Rusnak, and a classic Brad Stuver, I believe, in the 3 lineups that I had, and I loved them. And then Messi didn't play this midweek, and I was like, oh, he's just resting. Like, don't worry about it. And then Sorare came out with this streaks thing, and I kind of like pushed it off to the side because I didn't think it was all that different. And then everything changed this morning for me when I decided I was not going to play Messi at all. And MPen was like, hey, I like the new streaks. I think it's good. And I was like, oh, I didn't really care, but now I like it because I just kind of any time that Mike says something, he's usually right. And so the issue that I told him, that I said to Mike, is when looking at, and one of the things that I've been thinking about since then is I'm only playing limited so far. I don't have any rare in-season lineups for MLS. And talking to Andy, to Black yesterday on Sorare Andrews, that the prices of rare cards seem to be coming down to a point where maybe I will try to get some. And the limited ones are still quite high, but looking at this kind of like jackpot element now, and I guess I just hadn't really considered it. Actually, it was, let me see if there was because MPen did like a side-by-side, and I think that's why maybe I just didn't. Yeah, here it is. So the side-by-side of the new versus the old in terms of the streaks, where I think because I was so focused on the first couple, meaning level 1, 2, and 3, which I think are obviously the most realistic and the ones that I thought I would hit more often, the announcement of like, oh yeah, hot streaks is better, all I really focused on was the point totals. That for limited, we went from 380 to 350, 390 to 370, but the payouts were the same. But level 4 went, so the first 3 payouts are the same, 3, 5, and 10. And in the middle one, you also get a $5 market credit. But for 420 points previously, you got $25 plus a $25 market credit. And now for 410, so 10 fewer points, you get $40 plus a $20 market credit. And the top is from 450 to 430, but we're going from $100 to $160. And I was like, that's a little bit better. And Mike was kind of calling that like a jackpot. And I was like, that doesn't seem very jackpotty to me. But it wasn't until I realized that the rare one went from $400 to $800. And that feels more jackpotty to me. And the reason I say that is it feels like the 800 is much closer to allowing you to pay off all of the rare cards that you bought. Now I know that like there are still rare cards that cost hundreds of dollars, but given that you have to score 475 points to get that 800, like you're probably looking at a very good payoff if you were able to hit that in rare. And I'm just struggling to feel the same way about limited at this point. And maybe it's because I don't have any rares and I haven't spent, like, I don't fully get like how much it'll cost me to do a rare collection or, a rare gallery of cards. I like the cards that I'm buying in limited, and I probably would buy them in rare also. So really what I should do is just go through and see what they would cost in rare. But the jackpot element at the top feels much more attractive in rare than it does limited. And so I was like, yeah, I'm not going to play it at all. And then when the Messi thing happened, I was like, all right, maybe I'll play my top lineup. Instead of in Specialist, I'll play it in season. And it was actually Toby, who is usually in here, Man United Toby on Sorare, who did a pretty good analysis of like what the payouts are in D1 versus Specialist. And the way that I looked at it earlier in the week was just like, oh, Specialist is better. Like the payouts are better. You're more likely to win, or you're more like I think it paid more places or more to each place. But then looking, like, he did the math this morning, and he's like, there's so many more people that are participating in specialists than in just Division One of MLS, that maybe they're much closer than we think. And he was right in that respect, that because there are fewer people in Division One than there are playing specialists, like, you're competing against fewer people for roughly the same prizes. The top of specialist is higher, but ultimately it's not all that different. So I ended up putting my top lineup in in Division One with 5 in-season cards. I even bought another in-season card this morning, like very close to the deadline, in order to fit everything around. And I ended up not even playing that card in MLS in season. I played it in specialist, but they got me. They got me. But right, so basically I have 3 lineups in specialist and 1 in season for this weekend, and hopefully I win both. But the whole process of going through that, like, I had all of my drafts done, and I had already exported them, like I did it yesterday. And today I was just like, all right, I'm deleting all of them. And yeah. Mike said, I think I'd rather Choupo-Moting than the Messi, which no, thank you. Skosma said, considering buying in cheap, one lineup to climb the first 2 levels, then buy a second goalkeeper and a couple stronger teams to tackle tier 3 and 4, and then a third team and a little more invested to hit the jackpot. Yeah, I think that's reasonable. Adrian T said a good goalkeeper is about 200, right? 150 to 250 in rare. Let's see. What are people selling them for? Rare MLS goalkeeper. And let's just do highest price. Most relevant. Let's see what that means. I wonder why Ben Lunt and Max Anchor are relevant. But anyway, 164 for Guzan. 182 for, now these are just asking prices. But Sean Johnson 127, Takaoka 230, Brady 190. So yeah, we'll call it 200-ish. No, Hazel dyed his hair. Look at you. Anyway, so I'm sticking to limited for now, but we'll see what happens. And I think I had the worst thing happen to me, that I won $53 in the first game week, and I was like, oh, let's go, and then got relegated, and I got to work my way back up now. Mike said, don't forget, though, that by the time you have a shot at 800, you've already won 280 in that run on its own. Same equivalent for limited. Neither include how many times you may have hit a few steps before. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I guess the way that I am thinking of it is, it just feels like the multiples, the top rewards in rare feel higher compared to card prices than the limited ones do. But I could be wrong. And again, I think it's Sorare kind of explained this as like they added this on top of the prize pool, meaning streaks and the super rare, unique, I don't even remember what they're calling that thing. But excuse me, but yeah, I don't know. It feels like it's better once you get to the top, which I guess is sort of the point. But Sean said, my thought with streaks is if you're going up the pyramid, you're probably winning good prizes in the main leaderboard, and you won't be overly upset about missing out on streaks. I mean, you'll get very upset if you have a streak. Like if you hit 3 in a row, like you're going to be very upset if you lose it. But everything before that, I mean, I don't know. ZM Star said, I just want to hit level 2 a few times over in rare for the $20 market credit. That's fair. Major Empty said, I've been very focused on a few teams for collection scores. Yeah, I bought a couple cards to like increase my RSL collection, which are a group of words I never thought I would ever say on ever in my life, but here we are. So yeah, we'll see. I'm kind of hoping that we see a drop in prices as just because there are cards that I want. One of the cards that I was early on for no good reason was Diogo Gonçalves or Gonçalves. I don't know how you say this. But anyway, I bought his limited earlier this week, maybe. Is that when it was? 3-1. Today's 3-7, or March 1st, and today is March 7th. But I spent $5 on it, and then somebody instant bought it 21. Now, oh, and then they got a special edition. That's nice. Now, the run up here is because of Specialist. He had L15 of 40 something, and he fits really well. He's taking set pieces for RSL, and he's doing really well. So the price like took off. But my expectation is, since we don't have Specialists after this, and while I don't think people are actually looking at the fact that he's like away to Houston and then home against Dallas in the next couple games, like, what do we think the limited price is after like the next one? Like, it got up to $21. And the floor right now is 13. Like, it's already way down. And instant buy is 22. That's kind of funny. Is there an auction? Oh, sorry, that pulled out. Is there an auction? No. Okay. So, oh yeah, they cut off all the auctions for a while. I bet they did this last week too. Let's see. Are there any MLS auctions? There are definitely some MLS auctions, because there were cards that I was going to buy, and then I was like, wait a minute, this ends after the deadline. Yeah, like Georgi Mihalovic. Where's he been selling? 55, but 13. Wow. So 13 hours ago he was 35, and 4 hours ago he was 55. Yeah, just everybody instant buying ahead of the weekend. But then, yeah, so now it's like $30 in 2 minutes. Anybody going for this one? Seems like a good price. Like Joe Willis has 30 minutes left at $22. Like, I just wonder if we're going to see it kind of come down again. Wow, I did not see this card. Oh, it's not his hair. I thought his hair kept going. That's Mickey Yamain. Anyway, so I'll be looking at prices, because like the MLS cards I haven't updated my accounting on it yet, but like I don't have enough MLS cards yet to like be very comfortable with throwing my teams out every week. I still need a couple goalies. I only have two in-season goalies, and so it requires some more work. Mike said, if the changes made people feel better, then Sorare have achieved objective, regardless of whether people hit it or not. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I think we're all very interested to see how many people hit it kind of regularly. ZM Star said they should add credits to every level. I find most people can't let a credit expire, so they're always spending. I've never come close to letting a football credit expire. Agree with Mike Basson here. Please hit the like button. I feel like my camera is shaking. It is extremely windy here, to the point where like my door is opening, because it doesn't actually close all the way. Junior Monte bought limited Gabriel Peck for 140. I'm crying. Why are you crying? That's a fun card. He's a fun player. And it doesn't look like it's all that crazy, is it? No, that can't. Wait. 140. Somewhere in here. I mean, I'm guessing that you bought it with the expectation of, that you could use it. You probably used it in the first game week where we, the, what's it called? Division battle. Like the utility that these people got, like the utility on the card that these people who bought in the 150 range is much higher than what people who are buying now for $56 got. So I mean, it is what it is. I'd rather have football than baseball credits. Same. Fripp. So are USA in the house. We just love it. Rico Mon said there are a lot less credits now, though. Plus, the ones in hot streaks are only for 14 days. Gao said try Gonsalves, but I thought that was more Gonsalves. I mean, that's what I've been saying, but I just don't think it's right. Anyway. Fripp said, I'm browsing the CONCACAF Champions Cup schedule and might make a small appearance in Mexico or Jamaica next week. Ooh, Jamaica would be fun. What's funny about Jamaica, meaning Inter Miami play in Jamaica next week, and it's actually quite close. Like, I'm guessing the flight from Jamaica, from Miami to wherever they land in Jamaica, Kingston, is probably one of the shortest trips that Miami will have all season. Is it map time? Miami to Jamaica. I don't want flights, but it's map time, guys. Let's do it. Like, this is, what is that? That doesn't give me mileage, but oh, you guys aren't looking. Sorry. Hour and 45-minute flight. Miami to Jamaica. Like, I'm guessing Orlando is the only shorter trip that they'll have all season. Like, even Miami to Atlanta is not, let's see, 600 miles. Fripp said the problem is that it's Messi prices without Messi. Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. Tickets start at $45. You can get $25 tickets for Columbus LAFC. Wow. Not a big moneymaker, that CONCACAF Champions Cup, huh? Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Pascal said, I'm drowning in NBA credits and have no desire to use it. I don't know if I have NBA credits. Vice 91, speaking of baseball, MLB essence crafting will be only one tier. No more saving essence. What does that mean? And how do we know that already? I didn't think that I didn't think there was an MLB announcement. But MLB returns in 9 days, 7 hours, 31 minutes, and 2 seconds. I have 17 boxes to open, but I refuse to open them because they're all market credits, probably. Anyway. But I'm kind of excited about baseball coming back. Not about baseball, but about, John and Damien talking about it on Discord. There's no different milestones. I'll just wait for them to actually announce it. So we'll see. Fripp said the Monterey versus Whitecaps game would have been perfect, except they're playing in the Santos Stadium because Shakira has a concert in Monterey. I mean, go to the concert. If I said, so it's all just tier 5, no tier 4, 3, 2, 1. So yeah, so it's just total RNG. So you just pull a tier 5 basically. Okay. It is what it is. It brings a little more excitement, at least, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. I'll wait. Supposedly there was an update coming on Monday, so I'll happily just do that. I spend absolutely zero time in any of the official Sorare Discords because they ultimately just scare me, and I'll just wait for like the official communications in a blog post. That's all. Also, an update from yesterday. I sneezed like an hour after the show. Held out until then. Anyway, if anybody didn't watch the show yesterday, then you have no idea what I'm talking about, but there it is. Soraso said a few years back, the wife dragged me to a Shakira concert. Would highly recommend. I'm sure they're very excited. They're very fun. I mean, Shakira is a pretty great entertainer, so I'm just not a huge mass concert guy myself, but I'm sure they're fun, particularly if you like the music. So there's that. Where were we talking about fun? Oh yeah. So I usually make my like main lineups about a week in advance. Like I don't think I've made my MLS lineups for next weekend. I haven't, but I'll probably do that like this weekend. Like I do it well before Tuesday, just to see kind of like where I have any gaps. And the nice thing about doing that for how I'm playing MLS, and really because like the MLS season has just started, that there is a lot more like card accumulation as opposed to card prioritization with your lineups. Like I'm not buying any like challenger cards anymore or champ cards really. And so like I really like that part of the game of, oh, here's a price on a player. Do I want it? How long? Like I have however long until I can yield from that card and in season. Will I want to build a collection? And like that stuff is really interesting to me. And based on like with where MLS is right now, like that's part of the game. Like that's the game right now. We all need to get our cards so that we can play in season. And and so yeah, like that's the enjoyable part that's what I'm loving about Sorare right now is every time there's a new season, it's like, oh, am I going to get involved? And I didn't really get involved much with the European stuff in July and August. Like I didn't buy many in-season cards at the beginning outside of Midtjylland. And even that, I waited a little bit. And I think I was just taking a very cautious approach going into it. And I think a lot of people did that in July and August. Oh, I'll just win my in-season cards and then I'll play in-season. But basically, I bought Argentina cards as soon as they launched now. Like I have a few one-ofs of the Racing Rare collection. And I didn't buy MLS immediately, but I did end up playing week one after deciding I wasn't going to play at all. And there are like different reasons for why I did those two things. Like the Argentina stuff is obviously for Contender, which is a year-round competition now, as opposed to MLS or Champion or Challenger. And the way that I am playing now is just different than how I have been playing, which is kind of nice. And it's enjoyable. It's enjoyable. Looking ahead to next week, it looks like San Jose is home against Colorado. So I'll just run back my San Jose stacks. And, DC home against Montreal. Oh, man, Benteke time, huh? Oof. Anyway, there's Toby. Toby, I even was talking about you before. Holty said 3 years on Sorare, and I've never been on Discord. What am I missing? You've like never been in the Sorare Discord or like no Discord at all, Chris? Hoodwink, who is always in the Sorare Discord, said on the Footy Discord, I've done a Jupiler League comp, which ends in 30 minutes if anyone wants to join. Got to be in it to win it and all that. Okay. Also sent you an offer. You sent me an offer? Let's see. What do we got here? Oh, how kind of you. You know what's funny, Hoodwink? I thought I never actually looked at the scarcity of the card. I thought it was a jersey mint that you got. Is it not, or do you have two now? God, that Hall of Fame is amazing. Missing one though. Did you get both? Oh no, just the one of. Interesting. It's funny. I genuinely thought it was the jersey mint, since all we do is talk about jersey mints. Holty's never been on Discord. I really like Discord. I understand why people don't, but even just for like the direct messaging to other people, I really enjoy it. And Chris, your life, your life must be bliss. I understand why Discord can be a bit overwhelming when there's like a giant community, like with the Sorare Discord, like there are, I assume, hundreds, if not thousands of people who are all trying to have conversations, and it's very big and there's channels for everything. And a lot of the reason why I don't go in there is because how do I now, granted, it may have changed from the last time I went, which was months ago, but it never felt happy. That's how I'll put it. It generally feels like it's a place where people go to complain. And Twitter's a lot like that too. Although I use Twitter a little differently than a lot of people, but it usually felt overly negative, and just like I don't live my life wanting to find negativity, and so I kind of stay out of it. But there are communities where I've joined on Discord, like I've talked about the Sorare Scandinavia one, uh, countless times, and that's a really positive Discord that with like good conversations in it. And then I've gotten, I'm in a few others that I kind of will lurk in, or some that I do participate in, and it's a really fun like community aspect of Sorare. Like that's where a lot of the social aspect of Sorare happens, on like specifically on Discord. And so I will say that this show, particularly like these Friday ones, are like there's a lot that goes on conversationally in this show that comes from Discord. And so I like it, but again, it's not for everybody. I get it. Sean said, are you going to cover the MLB update on this show next week? Maybe. Like, I'm going to be interested in it. And so, but I appreciate that, like, not everybody joins this channel for non-football stuff, but I know plenty of people that like also play it. And yeah, so maybe I will. Wink said, I posted saying it was a jersey mint, but only 3 of them were, and he was the one of 100. Gotcha. Well, much appreciated, Hoodwink. I will happily accept that. And the reason I will accept this, and I'm going to take it off screen if I have to put in all of my info. 2FA, what do we think? Oh, yeah. I appreciate the security, but sometimes, like in the middle of a stream, I would prefer to just know. Anyway, so I've accepted this, and I commented on Hoodwink getting that card because I should have bought it, because I have a classic Ghent collection that I created when I bought Davy Rofe and Tsuyoshi Watanabe. Whoops, Ghent. So now, oh man, so I have this Lewis Fortin. He's a jersey mint. That's the Rofe and Watanabe started it. Now the Desart one of, thank you very much. Hoodwink Peter Gherkins, jersey mint. And I have this Sven Comes. I don't know. Did I buy this card? I guess so. Oof. Boy, did that. So I traded a Jang Young Woo, which I'm guessing was a reward, Fabian De Kaiser, and $9.94 worth of ETH for Sven Comes and Cho Gui Sung, who got hurt like almost right after I got it. But anyway, so now I'm at 200 of 250 points, which means obviously I'm going to be buying some more of these dumb cards. Is there like anyone else in this collection that I would want? Not really. And I'll have to buy 5 of them if I want to just get some classics. Kaleidoscope. Jersey mint is when the serial number on the card is the same as the player's jersey number. And so I'll use this Lewis Fortin example here, that he wears number 20, or wore number 26 for Ghent. And this card is number 26 of 100. And so that's what a jersey mint is. And it gets you some added collection points. If Laird popped up in the Discord, he would get cyber paparazzi. I don't know. I mean, I haven't been there in a while, but I disagree. Nobody cares. Gator guy, what's up? Discord is somehow a help desk. Yeah, that's how it feels. DJ, what's up? Yeah, I'm sure DJ's licking his chops, lips, same thing for baseball. DJ knows what he's doing when it comes to baseball. Hoodwink said, most folk are happy in there. People like to moan as well, of course, which is fine, but it's not toxic these days, in my opinion. Loads of really helpful people in a great community. So I don't doubt that. Hoodwink is also are you like a mod Hoodwink, or I don't know what they call them, ambassador maybe? And Hoodwink's like one of the most positive people in this community. And so he's like probably the perfect person to do that. And God bless him for being able to spend that much time with people who like to moan. Surely Chogwei Sung is back soon. I don't know if it's soon. He had like some significant complications with his knee injury. So Mike said Nardi starts for QPR. Oh yeah. Yeah, I actually had a little QPR stack. Speaking of which, I wonder if Dembele ever came back. Karamoko, is he back yet? Oh, just back. I had him for a while, and then I got rid of it. The Real No said, I have Barco 5 of 1,000, and he wears the 5 for Spartak. W? Not quite a W, but I do get that. But we have made the joke on this channel. I think Andy was the one who originally said it. And it was something about Quinny. I forget what it was. I don't think it was the Ronaldo thing, but maybe it was. Of like, if you have to explain why a card is important, it's not important. And so, yeah. Peter, what's up? Hoodwink said, just been given the head coach role which is extra fun. Let's go, Hoodwink. Congratulations on the promotion. Yeah, well deserved, I'm sure. I have no idea, but they don't just give those away to anybody. So, GG's. How about that? Major NFT said, I'm all about agements. Yeah, see? Now you're speaking my language. Which just gives me a reason to show off one of the best cards on the platform here. What is... Sorry, I know I pulled up my boy Lom Chauna, who has like a different shirt now than the one on his card. Do all Lazio players have new cards? New pictures? Isaac's? Oh, they do. Did they change the cards to reflect the new pictures? Oh, that's pretty neat. I guess. Oh, no. Oh, yes. That's pretty neat. Wonder why they did that. Anyway, but speaking of jersey mints, I actually used to have an Isaacson jersey mint, but here's the best card one of the best cards on the platform with a jersey mint, age mint rookie card. Hoodwink is the gaffer now. Yeah. Oh, TJ's in on age mints too. Kaleidoscope Trove said, some teams is very hard to understand what's happening with players. I searched the entire web for news on Luka Kulinovic. Yeah. I don't make any idea after hours of searching why he's off. I don't know. Peter said, I love packs. I wish cards on the primary were always in packs. Even if there was like a 0.1% chance of a special edition, I totally agree with you, Peter. But we said a new badge. I don't think that's what it was, but I don't know. Yeah. Oh, maybe. Maybe you're right. Fair enough. I thought we were about to get a away kit special again. Maybe. Dream Oblivion, not a fan of the new badge. Let's see if our boy Chona got one. There we go. So it went from this with the eagle to maybe just like a different angle of the eagle with the no crest. It certainly feels less traditional. DJ said I was able to use the list page on Sorare data and turn it into an Excel file of the gallery with AI. That's fine. AI can do everything. So is the most desired card right now a 42 of 100 Guzan? Yes. Yes. Peter said have an early edition wrapper that gives a 10% chance, then drop it to 5% for normal wrappers and just have special wrappers for special events. Toby said classic teams like Lazio getting a new badge is kind of not okay. I hate it. But Rikaman said it's the 125th anniversary kit, which makes me feel a little bit better about it. So is that actually their original logo? Probably not. Toby, we've gotten this feedback about the quick button for in-season cards in the lineup builder. We hear you. We hear you. Sorare does it. That doesn't mean we need to, but I get it. I get it. The Real No said, I put Ian Subiabre in U23 D1 due to a lack of starting strikers. Probably going to get relegated, but who knows? Maybe he is going to finally get the playing times he deserves. I've seen him projected in some places to start. I don't know if he will, but Driussi's hurt. Colidio's been terrible. And I mean, Borja is just like not their kind of player. So, but yeah, Subiabre should be fun. I'm still very upset that we never got a Subiabre jersey mint last season, rookie card. I was holding out to buy one. And he's 32 and they stopped. They didn't even stop at 31. That's the worst part. Like where is he? Oh, 38 is his number. Yeah. Jersey mint 38. They went 37, 39, 40. Never saw a jersey mint. And unfortunately, I got a jersey mint of Augustin Roberto from that season. This is it. Like a jersey mint rookie card, I think is really cool. And he just tore his ACL a couple weeks ago, which was a bummer. Toby said River played 120. Did they play 120? They definitely went to Pens. I don't know if it was 120, but Rikaman said the Lazio thing is a redesign of their 1979 logo. Fun fact, 1979 was not 125 years ago. Right? Isn't this a gorgeous card? A rookie jersey mint. Let me 3D it for us. Hold on. Like I love the touch on these rookie cards on the back too, where you get kind of like that gradient from the purple to red, which is like on the front, but it's also on the back. I love this card. Absolutely love it. Kobe said he's still angry that baby cowbell. Yeah, why doesn't he have one? Chance. He didn't have cards last year, right? Yeah, he's never had cards. Like he fits the definition for having a rookie card. Like he's 16. These are his first cards. That's it. Full stop. Soul said, I just won Roberto and had no idea who he was. Sorry for bringing my bad luck. I bet you won him after he tore his ACL. He did it in like the U20. I don't remember what it was. It wasn't like the U20 Copa America, but it was some sort of South American competition that they dominated. Subiabre, Roberto, and Mastuanto, whose name I always mispronounce because I feel like it spelled differently than I want it to be. Anyway, yeah. So he's a very, very good player, but unfortunately, the torn ACL. Michael Wilburn, Sorare named Sergio Posada. I made yesterday's stream. Good content here. Keep up the great work. And the logo is Marcelo Bielsa, not KFC. Although I do love KFC. Yeah, I think you had commented that it was Bielsa yesterday. Anyway, Michael, thanks for coming in. Sorare Jonesy, what's up? ZM Star said the jersey colors they used for the MLS card this season looks so good. Best design of cards so far. The one that Sorare said you're in deep when you know about U20 tournament. So I didn't know anything about this. I happen to be in the Sorare Argentina Discord, and I'm mostly a lurker there. That's not true, actually. I participate a little bit, but that's where I learned about it. So it's like that's one of those things. That's like Holty before. Like that's one of the things that you get out of being in Discords is. And some Discords are very specific like that. So it's literally Sorare Argentina. So like there's a few people like it. That's where I go for my Argentina information when I can't get it directly from Surfula. And I would not recommend anybody to just DM Surf. Like, but we happen to be friends, so I do. But the Sorare Scandinavia Discord, like people share news in there, and it's really helpful. And like that's the best way for me to learn about what's going on. And so instead of having to, individually search for all my players on Twitter or something or Google, Discord takes care of it for me. Oh, John from Pranksy, please. Hello. ZM Star said, except the Evander is wearing a 4XL jersey, at least in rare. I thought that was very strange. He definitely looks like he is wearing like his older brother's shirt. It's just kind of like loose and not how these cards should look. These pictures, I mean. Let's see. Anybody open theirs yet? Like we can see the top here, but it doesn't. I feel like the card even shows more of him. There we go. Yeah. Like it's very boxy. Like clearly not a slim, athletic fit jersey. It's like they found like the American replica jersey and they're like, oh, put this on. And even his face looks like he's like, oh yeah, this shirt is just way too big for me. Right? The one that I saw, I think it was the Brad Guzan rare, where it's just like so much red. Yeah, because he's wearing a red shirt. Do all the goalies wear red? Oh, and it was this special. That's exactly what it was. This special edition card, and it's like, wow, there is a like. I'm all for red light therapy, but this is a lot. That's a gorgeous card, though. And also, he's only 40. Has the 40 mint come out? Not yet. Like, here's the regular one, which looks fine. Has Brees not opened his unique yet? There he is. Look at Brad. That looks pretty good with the purple. And then the super rare, I think Brees had one too. He's got both. Wow. Okay. I see you, Brees. Owning both super rares that are out and the unique. Yeah, that's a sick card, the super rare. Yeah, that's gorgeous. Jersey Mint. ZM Star said, ZM Star, hold on. Guzan has been 40 for the last 10 years. Hoodwink, proud to have the first ever Guzan so rare card. That's cool. Big head rare, I'm guessing. Toby said all uniques should be special edition because why the fuck not? That's fair. Look at Houston Limited. They blend in. All right. Jack McGlynn, the first Houston player that pops into my head. Oh, wait, does he not even have pictures? since we're still showing his Philly. Oh wait, did you say limited? Houston Limited. You did say that. All right. Has anybody opened an Amin Bassi? Here you go. Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot going on. Yeah, it's just, yeah, I'm not in it. But I get it. Are all of the MLS jerseys the same? Oh, they're not. Okay. Because I remember last year, like, there were a couple of cards, trying to think of like exactly who. It was like Patrick Schulte and someone, Sirois or something. Like their shirts were almost identical except for the patches. And let me see if I can. Let's see if this will work. Cards, players, goalkeepers from MLS last season, 2024, serial number 1. Let's see if this works. I don't use this page much, to be honest. But wow, that worked right away. Oh, here you go. So like, yeah. Oh, so it's not every goalie, but like Kalina and Stuver, like same shirt, just with a different logo. And then we have like Pantemis and Dos Santos, same shirt. And I'm just not sure why. I thought somebody else had this green one. Yeah, tech. Oh, like even for these two, Kalina and Stuver, and it's like the sponsor is different, but it's also just like a 4-letter word written in black. Yeti and Ally. And I guess these two you can tell is different, Purina and Red Bull, because the Red Bull one is kind of a brand on its own. Well, Jimmy Maurer with Children's Health, John McCarthy with Herbalife, just not all that different. I noticed on the Fry and Takaoka, like TELUS and what is that, Providence Healthcare, maybe? Oh, so Guzan also has the Kalina Stuver shirt, right? Yeah. I had no idea Mikovic had cards last year. But yeah, Mikovic and Stefan, like that's fairly similar. Those were made with the first version of ChatGPT. Mike said because Adidas followed Nike shirts and just follows the same template for multiple clubs. Yeah. Newcastle and Villa have the same template. Yeah. Mike said there are a lot of yellow keeper shirts this season, if I remember correctly. Let's look. 2025. There's Kalina. Why is nobody opening their cards? He's the only one. We probably have to do like a huge batch since yesterday was the first time. I guess I could. Let's see if Sorare does it. I don't really want market though. How do we just like, can I just search for like all? Do I have to do it this way? No. Like, how do I find all MLS goalie cards? Is that doable? Let's see. Major League Soccer. Oh, cards. Here we go. 2024-25 goalie. And so Guzan, Takaoka is in yellow, Guzan in red, Hazel in yellow, Pulskamp in purple. Here we go. McCarthy in blue. I mean, there are a couple yellows. Jorge said, did you buy Diogo Gonçalves? Yeah, I did. Like 5 days earlier. ZM Star said, I think there's an error in the API. My Allende card that I opened from Christmas still shows in the wrapper. Let's see. Allende. All right. Time for a little magic trick. If I can pull this off. Let's see if this works. Live API coding here. Sir Samurai just joined late, so we'll go to the start, but wanted to say hi. Thank you for doing that. Hello. Enjoy. Toby said, love that Diogo is sold for consistently above what I paid for the one of. Yeah, the all right, ZM Star. Get in. Full stack developer layered on the job. Hell yeah, that's right. Like the one thing I'm allowed to do. Anyway, how much? What did you pay for that card, Tobe? 2025 limiteds. Oh my word. 1278. What a steal. Laird's learning coding before he learns French. Which one's more helpful, you think? Huh? Anyway. Yeah, I think nobody would have bought him if his L15 was 51 for like this game week. Maxine, give Laird a raise or a new mug, whatever is easier. The mug's not in my shot anymore. There it is. I bought that mug myself. I made that mug. Yeah. And that football that's on top of it is a football that we bought in Miami during a Sorare data trip. Yeah, at Walmart. I took 12 French guys to Walmart in Miami. That was that's like a unforgettable life experience. Definitely wouldn't have had those instant buys with an L15 of 51. Yeah, no chance. No chance. But I mean, he did. So, hey, GG's to us. I think I got my RSL collection of 3% before the deadline. So, just to give Diogo a few extra points. Yeah, there. No special. Oh, that's right. Tommy Silva special edition. So we'll see. That must have been better than the game. In Miami? We went to Miami pre-Messi. Toby said I got it to 4% before the deadline. That's sharp. I'm far away from, like, I'm only at 260 points. And like these I bought on the secondary market. I still don't know how. Oh no, we did find that this kid somehow, Luca Moisa, has cards already. All right. We've got some action going on already. I have him. I surely put him somewhere. God, I had no idea Sparta played today. That's dangerous. Wait, where did I play? Where did I play Igali? Cap 240 limited classic. My God. Talk about prioritizing. Cap 240 limited. There it is. With the likely bench Doku as captain. That's how I felt about that lineup. What a waste. Do you still have to resubmit teams for the bonus percentage increase to take effect? I assume so. Major NFT said, I hope they do a summer theme for us for the MLS cards that won't, because they won't get a Christmas theme. That would be fun. Now you need a t-shirt that reads, I went to Walmart with 12 French guys and all I got was a lousy football. uh, Christmas in July theme. They're going to want everybody to save their money for Europe. So I can't imagine that they're going to go all out on that, but you never know. Server says, so how much MLS have you watched so far this season? 0 minutes so far. 0 live, 0 highlights. Genuinely. I was going to take a free MLS pass from our friend, see it, save it, and then Fripp wanted it, and Fripp certainly deserves it more than me. But yeah, I should watch the highlights. Quinny was commenting on a few things. He actually sends me a few highlights every so often. So actually, I guess I have seen some highlights, but only because Quinny sends them to me. And it's mostly when there's some like absurd American phrase that's used in the highlight. It has nothing to do with the play itself, just how the American announcers talk during broadcasts. Oh, Fripp said the pass didn't end up working. Oh, no. ZM Star said, that can't be true. You must have scrolled Twitter and caught a clip. I can't think of like a clip that I saw. I actually used to have this MLS Twitter list that I had when I was at RotoWire, mostly for news. I bet if I pulled that up, I haven't touched it in a while. Like since I haven't touched it in 4 years. So it's probably a lot of people who don't even work covering MLS teams anymore, but I should make a new one and maybe that'll do it. Toby said, MLS highlights is a mainstay for Sunday breakfast for me. 7 minutes per game is perfect. That's a long ass breakfast. Not like 15 games every night. Well, I guess they're not all every night. Like they're spreading them out now. So, but it's still, that's got to be at least an hour. It's a hell of a breakfast. But hey, yeah, that sounds lovely. That sounds lovely. Sorry, I just scrolled up and then saw this messy captain where he's not even going to play. This is a throwaway. Thankfully, can't get relegated in D3. Ha! Oliver Drew. Hi, Laird, longtime listener, first-time chatter. Hey, what's up? Thank you. Loving the prices of some EU rare classics these days. Can pick up some really fun players which used to be unattainable. It's funny you bring that up. There was a So I think playing classic competitions and like prioritizing them is probably like the worst thing that you can do on Sorare right now. But I'm surprised with all of the content creators out there that nobody has tried to do like a classic Road to Glory, like a classic card Road to Glory, because you can acquire a lot of the bigger cards for cheap, certainly cheap compared to like in season. And I think one of the biggest like problems I have with Roads to Glory, it's not a problem, but like the reason why I'm generally not that interested in them is they're usually filled with players that I've never heard of and are only being spoken about because they're cheap. And they're like good every so often, but like a classic Road to Glory would allow you to buy players who are much cheaper than they used to be. And obviously the prizes aren't that great anymore. Or the prizes are the same, they're just very hard to get. But you're still getting sort of the excitement of, you know, if you win a card or if you win enough essence, like you're crafting cards. And like that used to be the foundation of Sorare content. Look at my lineups. Look how great they are. They're really expensive, but oh, I just won a $20,000 Mbappe. And I don't want to do it, but I'm surprised that nobody has like done that, because it seems like for every time Harry does like a road U23 Road to Glory, all of a sudden there are like 17 more people who are doing U23 Roads to Glory, and maybe the dollar amount's a little different, or maybe it's exactly the same. I don't know, but I would just like, I never got into any sort of Road to Glory content myself. I understand why people like it, and I know that it kind of has its like foundation in FIFA or Football Manager, but the way that I the like, it seems like it, in terms of entertainment value, that a classic Road to Glory makes more sense than a in season one. That being said, I understand that the core part of the Road to Glory is like, you can do this on the cheap. Like, watch how I do this, learn from what I'm doing, and you can do this too. But I feel like focusing on classic cards is almost like, hey, you could do that. Like, you could almost like compare like what the cost of a classic, or excuse me, of an in-season Road to Glory would cost, and be like, what can I get with this amount of money in classic? And can I then turn that into more? And understanding that winning is a lot harder because there are a lot more cards that you're competing against. And, but ultimately, like, what you win, like, everyone would rather, like, in terms of like an excitement perspective, winning a great card is way better than winning like the comparable cash amount. And it's kind of this in between, like, is the content that we watch like for entertainment purposes? Like, do we want to be entertained, or do we want to learn? And obviously the perfect sort of content is both. It's an entertaining, teachable experience. But I'm so, because of that, and because like classic card prices are fairly low, I'm surprised that nobody has like gone after and been like, oh, let me try a classic Road to Glory. How much would it cost if I did this in season? Like, look at the cards that I can, whatever the number is, $50, $100, whatever the scarcity. Can I work my way up better in season? And it's usually like in season limited or classic rare. And yeah, I'm just surprised nobody's done it. Sorare Soul said, I smell new spreadsheet content coming, and I'm here for it. I'm just like, I'm not going to do it because I have so many classic cards already and like starting over doesn't make sense to me. But I get it. Toby said classic Road to Glory kind of makes more sense, since your rewards will be cards in essence too, rather than money. Yeah. Like, exactly that. Like, I think the in-season Roads to Glory makes sense because it's, like I said, it's, hey, here's how you can play this game for cheap. And it kind of like encourages people to, really dive in all the players they've never heard of and all this stuff. But it's not like the reward, both in like who's running the Road to Glory. Like, you open that reward and like, oh yeah, you don't even open it. Like, oh yeah, my cash balance went up. And there's just not like any excitement from that. Malky said, I'm starting a very low budget classic test as well. Mike said, think classic is more of a path or sidewalk than a road. Sidewalk to Glory? Should I do a staircase to nowhere show? U23 Roads to Glory are always classic, to be fair. That makes sense. Yeah. Coming to your timelines next week's 30 classic Road to Glory vids. Yeah, I mean, you're right. The U23 ones are always classic, but yeah, I just wouldn't mind seeing something like that. But I also don't think I'd watch it regularly. Because again, I just don't. I think one of the benefits of of Harry and like Quinny doing Roads to Glory is that they have been around long enough that they know what's working and what doesn't work, like almost right away. And it's unfortunate because I'm kind of always curious how new people are playing the game. That's why I like Alex on Sorare, although I got to catch up on his videos. But you kind of can like see them learning the game. But ultimately, like a Road to Glory is supposed to be, here's how you do this cheaply, not please watch me learn what works and doesn't work. But maybe people want that too. I don't know. Scosmo says, "Glory to Road. Watches lineups fail each week, and my gallery value drops towards homelessness." Not financial advice, but only spend what you can afford. Fun exec, big chance created. Can these fools he plays with learn to finish for real? Yeah, yeah. I didn't even know he was playing right now. I guess I have a lot of guys playing today. Kleinhansel has -7. I was going to play this Florian Kleinhansel. Just shout out to Harry Trades, actually. And then I think I pulled him at the last minute. And yeah, -7A in 47 minutes. Yeah, there's one at Zek. It was a big chance created. Sparta. Maybe I'll watch Sparta. Just kidding. What's tonight? Oh, Tigres are tonight. My whole weekend could be decided tonight. I have these guys in a lot of different places. Yeah. Oof. I mean, I can assure you I won't be staying up to watch that one. Or even, I don't even know what time it is. 8 o'clock my time? Yeah, I won't watch it. I won't be asleep, but I'm not going to watch that one either. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's all I got for today. As the tree outside my window looks like it's about to come down onto my house. Let's hope it doesn't. Oof. Yeah. Anyway, thank you everybody for coming. If you could please like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Shout out to Quinny. Speaking of Quinny, go over to Quinny3001, subscribe to his channel so you can watch the Deadline Show every Friday with me. He does it with Harry Trades. Go to the Harry Trades YouTube channel, subscribe there as well. Always worth supporting those two guys. They also have YouTube communities and memberships that if you do not participate in, I was going to say shame on you, but that's, you do what you want with your money. But those guys do phenomenal work that both teach us and entertain us about Sorare. So, support those guys. I'll be back Monday with Nep. That's right. Nepenthes will be here Monday. We're going at noon Eastern, 5 p.m. GMT to talk about theory crafting, because it's something that Nep has talked about a long time. And he has now turned a couple of his theory crafts into real life crafts. And so we're going to talk about that. Very excited about it. So thanks everyone for coming. Enjoy the weekend and remember to go outside.